Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television, and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of the reality shows that we're doing is The Real Housewives of Atlanta. But before we get into the ladies from Atlanta, so today, it was fucking cold. It was really cold outside. like really cold. It was okay. So, a lot of people think Las Vegas, there's not that much, it doesn't get cold that much in Las Vegas. No, that is a misconception. It gets freezing cold in the wintertime, and it is hot as balls in the summertime. The only times it is actually relatively easy to deal with is the spring and the fall. Those are the best times to come to Las Vegas. And it snows here often. Not every single year. Last year it didn't snow at all, but especially if you live out by in Summerlin, which is the Beverly Hills area of Las Vegas, it snows all the time. So it was freezing. Now this year it hasn't been that bad. It's actually been a real light winter so far. Yeah, that ended. Today that fucking ended. It was bad. Okay, so what I like to do, so I've got this iWatch, and, you have a daily caloric burn, right? However many calories per day you have to burn. And I raised that by 10 per day. So, and I'm doing a challenge where I've got to double my caloric burn for at least 10 days out of the month, but I'm trying to do it every single day. So the way that I accomplish that is I go to work, and then maybe 4 times a day I walk around the building. Today, first of all, I was really busy at work today, so I didn't really have the ability to go to leave the building until I start going around, because I finally get an opportunity to break away. So I leave my desk and I start walking around the building. Literally by the time number 3, because I was trying to do as many laps as I possibly could. By the time I got to the 3rd lap, it was so cold, my ears were hurting. It was bad. It was fucking bad. It was pretty bad. Anyways, I don't know why I felt like telling you how cold it gets in Vegas, but I'm sure you probably already know it gets cold in Las Vegas. Well, if you don't, you do now. Okay, let's talk about the Housewives of Atlanta. Just wanted to tell you all about that. Okay, so in terms of tonight, so I didn't get all my steps in all around the building. So I was a little bit okay, well, what am I supposed to do? So now, let's see. According to my iWatch, I now have 153 calories I still need to burn. So what I'm going to do is, when I'm done filming this video, I'm going to pull up on my computer all of the steps videos, and I'm just going to do them, because I figure if I do that, then I'll be able to burn that 150, 60 calories. I should be fine. But it's no joke. Okay, now, Housewives of Atlanta, sorry. So, Housewives of Atlanta has kind of been airing for a few weeks already. So, just to kind of get you up, not that long. It's relatively, when did it start? It started probably, I guess, after Shaws of Sunset ended. Was there anything else on Sundays? Orange County. Orange County. Well, no, that's not on Sundays, though. Orange County Housewives was on Mondays. I don't remember, but whatever. So, Housewives of Atlanta's on. And here's the thing. Last season, there was the big drama between Candy and Portia and Phaedra. And it was revealed during the reunion that Phaedra was the one who made up the story, basically calling Candy a rapist. Now, first of all, thank goodness that all happened way before. I mean, and I'm not trying to discredit the Me Too movement at all, not by any stretch of the imagination. But I think that if this information had come out before then, after then people probably would have been a lot more wanting to jump on the bandwagon of demonizing Candy. And the reality is Phaedra made that shit up. And she played Portia like a fucking pawn, which I'm sorry. Is that really that difficult? I mean, so she played Portia and, basically tried to slander Candy. And then when it came out she was lying, it's a good thing, because that way, it all happened so long ago that it's a good thing that, Candy hasn't suffered major repercussions of a lie, basically, of someone not telling the truth. So anyways, Phaedra got kicked. She got her ass kicked off the show because of that. People were like, and you gotta think, that's a fucking big deal. Portia's still on the show. Kenya's still on the show. They brought Nene back. Sheree is still... I love me some Sheree. I gotta say, I do love me some Sheree. I think Sheree's pretty damn fierce. Miss Bone Collector. I love her. And, I love Nene too. And Nene reminds me so much of my best friend David Morris. Oh my God, David, you are Nene Leakes. I'm sorry. And my friend Barry, who I think is like Candy, he would agree too that David is Nene. I mean, even down to the arguing styles. I mean, it's pretty scary. But anyways, so that makes me laugh, and that makes me smile inside. It makes me happy. So Nene's back on the show, and actually Kim Zolciak too. Now Kim has also been doing her series "Don't Be Tardy" with her family, and that's fine, but she's kind of, coming back to the Housewives of Atlanta, but not like as a housewife. She's just showing up. And you know who actually showed up? So Nene had this party, and she called it a girls and gays party. Now, I wasn't offended by that at all, but Derek, I see where the people who are offended, because Derek J was like, can you imagine if it was a bring your black friend party? Like, the blacks would be upset, right? And so the gays were quasi upset with her, but I know it wasn't homophobic. And you can call me a gay all you want, as long as you're not calling me a different word that starts with F as opposed to G. I don't have a problem with that. That's fine, So, anywho, Nene was like, I did not mean for this to be offensive at all. She brought all kinds of delicious man candy to work her party. And the best part about that party was, Sheree was like, well, Kim Zolciak was gay for a minute, so I had her come. I was dying. I was like, okay, that is shady. Now, at least, though, she told Kim, and Kim was like, whatever, and she showed up. So, that was fine. But Kenya and Kim got into a huge fight at Nene's house. And basically... Oh, and before we get into that, who showed up to that party? Lisa Wu. I fucking love Lisa Wu. It's so nice to see her every now and then. Like, we saw her last season at the end of, who we haven't seen is Deshawn Snow. Everyone else from that first season we see all the time. Sheree, Kim, Nene, Lisa. We just haven't seen Deshawn. So, Anywho. Okay, so Kenya and Kim, they got into it, because, Kenya got married, and she's married to some man that doesn't, okay, I need a second. So Kenya's married to this man, and the man is having a difficult time with Kenya's fame. Well, not just, well, and it's not just because Kenya's famous, but because he is her husband. Now he's famous too. Now, in all fairness, I think that the way that they handled the wedding kind of did not help, because it makes the media want to know more, because there's stuff that you're not telling them. If you had just said, this is my husband, his name is such and such, and he, he's just not going to be on the show. I mean, period, the end of it, that's it. But instead, she wouldn't even tell people what her husband's name was for a while. And, of course. So Kim Zolciak's like, he's not real, he's not a real person, whatever. And then Kenya's like, worry about it. He's about as real as your hair is, and she's like, oh, and your whole body. Like, they just started insulting back and forth. And then finally Kenya was like, why don't you go pimp out your daughter on Twitter some more? I mean, and Kim just leapt out of her chair. She was going to beat the shit out of Kenya. And the thing is, I kind of get where Kim was coming from, because no matter how many insults you want to say, or even if you want to say stuff like that in private, but in public, on television, you don't talk about someone's children. You really don't. And that was sort of crossing over the line. I felt like Kenya was like, ugh. Now, it's stuff like that it's like, you wonder, although Portia does have a anger management problem, you do I'm not saying that Kenya provokes anyone laying their hands on her, but I mean, this is like, it happens quite a bit on the show. So, and Cynthia was totally standing up for Kenya. She's like, Kenya was on her best behavior, and I'm going, and even Nene was like, girl, her best, you and your wig need to calm down, which I chortled inside just a little bit. That wasn't probably the uproarious guffaw that she was expecting, but I did laugh a little bit at that. Anyways, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where the Atlanta ladies go. I love this show. I watch all the Housewives shows. Like, I didn't really do it Dallas, but I watched it. I was there, but I didn't really, comment too much on Dallas because I was busy with Orange County. Anywho, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag RHOA, or Real Housewives shit, to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Or you can also hashtag Bold and Beautiful to talk about the Bold and Beautiful, which I'm doing tomorrow. And you can also hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. Alright, everyone, have a wonderful day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba. Time to go do some steps, songs, which a lot of people are like, I don't even know what steps is. That's because we're in America. And if you're outside of America, you know exactly who Steps is, and they're fierce, and all of their routines, and I'm going to be doing them. So I'm going to go work off this 160 calories. All right, have a great day. Bye.